Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Peace. I'm with the Footsteps to Peace. I'm a psychic astrologer and an intuitive life coach. If you are interested in a personal reading, please feel free to check the description box down below. There you'll find the link to my website, thefootstepstopeace.com. Also, like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And hit that notification bell so you can be updated the next time I post a video. All right, you guys, happy Halloween. We're here. Holy crap. Can you believe it's already the end of October? We're going into November. So remember, tomorrow, rabbit, rabbit. All right, don't forget to let that be the first thing that you guys say, because we all need the luck, as much luck as we can possibly get. Anyway, you guys, I am going to be doing the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine journey today. Just kind of see where they're at. You know, you guys can use this as your own. If you don't have a Divine Masculine, we all have that within ourselves for you feminines and vice versa. So this could be your own journey and how you're feeling on both sides. Spirit is saying that you guys need to breathe, whatever this is. I know that, you know, it's been pretty hefty energy. We're coming to the end of the Mercury retrograde. Mercury just slipped back into Libra, so we're really thinking about partnerships at this time and really reinventing the way that we want our relationships to go. With the full moon that we have today, expect powerful change. So when one door closes, another door opens, and this has a lot to do with our value systems. You know, it's like how, how do, if you're in a relationship right now, are you being valued in that relationship? And if you, obviously, a lot of the people who are coming on here right now, they know of the person, or they're wanting to come into alignment with the person that they are going to be going into the next chapter with. And again, it goes back to how did you, how did you value your relationships in the past? Were you an overgiver? Did this other person take advantage of you and you just allowed it and you turned a blind eye to it? Were they abusive? Did you allow them to yell and scream at you all the time? So these are the things that we are learning in this Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine journey, is because we don't want to go back to the distorted energy, okay? Otherwise, we're going to end up exactly where we are right now, wishing that we would have just waited. So don't just accept anything that just comes along. For a lot of you guys, you know who your divine counterpart is, and this person is not in the distorted energy. They are working towards becoming into that divine energy. So I didn't ask any questions, but yes, yin, allowing things to flow to you instead of you having to go out and the masculine energy, the yang energy is all about, the passion and the desire to go out and make things happen, right? The yin energy is just that flow of energy where it's like, it'll just come to you effortlessly, okay? So, all right, let's go ahead and ask for a message for the divine masculines, okay? So, Spirit, please show me where the divine masculines are in this love journey towards their feminines. Please show me where the divine masculines are in this journey towards the divine feminine. Where is the divine masculine at this time in regards to their divine feminine? Okay, that wanted to flip, but it did not. Okay, too many cards and none of them. Those are really good cards too, by the way. It was new life, no place like home, and higher power. So I feel like this divine masculine is definitely wanting to have a new life with you. They're wanting to build a home with you, and there's a higher power that is guiding the divine masculine towards you. Oh my God, at the bottom of the deck is the higher power. So let's see if those cards come out again. There was too many cards, but I did want to look because I'm nosy. And I know you guys are too. That's why you're here. Divine masculines in regard to their divine feminines. Please show me divine masculine. Okay. Flexible. They're asking you to be flexible, okay? And I will go to the divine feminine. All right. Divine feminine is working on the community, and at the bottom of the deck, it's time for a nap. I'm really not surprised that it's time for a nap. I think that everybody is freaking exhausted. With the masculines, I feel like, and the feminines too, but the masculines more, the masculine energy within us all, there is no more fight left in us. I'll be honest with you. We've got Mars in retrograde in Aries, and so when that happens, it's kind of deflates our masculine energy. It's kind of like just turns it off. You know, it's like a water hose. And so we have Mars retrograde up until November 13th. So there really hasn't been a whole lot of drive forward, and a whole lot of people like, you know, feeling really passionate to get things going. I think that what they're doing is they're realizing that there's no fight left in them. And so they're learning how to be flexible. And so I want to read the relationship part of, and it's the number 19, and we have the number 8, and we have the number 24. 24 breaks down into a 6. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, maybe you guys are dreaming about messages with this person, okay? Maybe there's a message that is coming through telepathically as well. So let's read actually 24, since it's the overall energy for the masculine and the feminine. Let's read the relationship message. Relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust. You will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask and it is given, okay? So, you know, if you have something that you want to say to this divine feminine or masculine, either way, depending on what side you are. If you were the runner in the past, or I mean, if you were the chaser in the past, you need to let the runner come to you, okay? That's how this is going. Because I think that in the past, you know, you were, you know, I'm going to say that the feminines, because usually the feminines are the chasers in the past, and then they finally say fuck it, and then they're like done. And then it turns around and they walk away from their masculine, and then finally the masculine comes in and says, okay, you know, I'm ready. But then at that time, the feminine's like, well, now I don't even know if I want you anymore. You know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, be open to this person wanting to come back in. Be flexible. Okay, so the number 19, let's go to that real quick on the masculine side. So the masculines, you need to ask for what it is that you want, okay? Don't expect your feminines to mind read what you want, especially if you haven't spoken to her in a really long time. In every relationship, it is important to be open to new experiences and learn new things. That's part of being flexible. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have to be right all the time, do you? It's okay to come to a happy compromise. You can still get your needs met. It's a beautiful day when you meet halfway. The appearance of this card in a reading could also signal that you have met someone new who may not be your type, but who will turn out to be so special that you can easily release your old ideas about what sort of partner is right for you. So be flexible. You'll be happy you made that choice. So I feel like this goes back to like, you know, the masculines are trying to compare you maybe to someone else. Maybe, you know, you're not, you know, as skinny or as pretty as the other person, or maybe you're a brunette and they're used to dating blondes, or, you know, and it's like, or maybe they're used to dating somebody who is, I hate to say it, a coward, somebody who just, you know, is flexible to whatever they want. And this time they're seeing that you're going to be inflexible to their bullshit, you know? And so I feel like, you know, this masculine is going to have to really let down his guard and stop trying to recreate what they've already had in the past, because that's the whole reason why they're in the position that they're in right now in the first place, you know, is because they've tried to remake a past scenario, you know, and it's so sad because, and as humans, you know, we're creatures of habit. Like, you know, we tend to look at this partner and we try to, well, you know, sorry about that, guys. You know, they try to, and maybe it's trying, and that's what it's trying to do is like, it's like, it sounds like a huge blurb. Like, it doesn't even want me to say it because it's true. You know, it's like you try to envision this person like, oh my God, they remind me of my ex, you know, or, my ex used to do this for me and they don't do this. And it's like, well, ask for what you want. Okay. So the number 8 for the feminines, feminine side towards the masculine, we have community. You're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. There are times when you follow the other person's lead, and times when you lead and the other follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and the other. Accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of that dance. See what I'm saying? And that's the both of you guys are mirroring each other. And it goes back to what I was saying, that it's the runner chaser dynamic. It's like in the past, you feminines were chasing these masculines, and now all of a sudden it's the other way around. The feminines have finally walked away, and the masculines need to come in and be flexible. Like, in the past, the masculines are more like, well, the feminines walked away from me, so I guess it's just over. It's just over. We're just going to sleep on it. I think you've been sleeping on it for a really long time. And I feel like the masculines, they haven't had any emphasis, and it's like, you want your feminine to be flexible with you, but yet you haven't been flexible with your feminine. Okay, that's the ghosting and the breadcrumbing that I've seen in the past dynamics of these relationships. So, you got to learn the proper dance with this. So accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of the dance. Yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. That's what I was already saying. You're in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. So like I was saying, if in the past you were an overgiver, oversharer, then what you're needing to do is there's got to be balance, okay? And the masculine here is the masculine needing balance, to learn this balance. And the fact that Mercury just retrograded back into Libra, it's all about the balance in relationships, okay? Where these feminines can't be overgiving anymore, and ghosting and breadcrumbing isn't going to work out. So anybody who's been doing that in the past, you guys, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, it's not going to work out in this new life that we are creating, in these new relationships. And if you start seeing that and you start coming back into relationships with people and you start seeing, especially during a Mercury retrograde, you want to take things very, very slowly. If you find yourself coming back together with your divine masculine or feminine, and is this person still the same? You'll know after Mercury comes out of retrograde, because it's in Libra. Is there going to be balance? Okay, Mercury goes into Scorpio, and immediately everybody starts jumping into bed with one another. So it's like, there's the intimacy, there's the sexual intimacy, but at the same time, did you really get to know this person? Did you really delve deep into this person's psyche and find out whether or not you were even going to like this person as a friend? That's Libra. Libra wants to be friends with their partner, and that is the most important about this partnership, and if this person, doesn't find you attractive, like the people in the past, then and how they treated you in the past, because maybe, like I said, you weren't skinny enough, and that's because you were insecure about who you were in the past. Embrace who you are. Listen, I've got extra weight on me, but I also have some medical issues that I've been dealing with. But I embrace my body. I'm beautiful for who I am. And anybody who would have me wouldn't even see that part of me. What was that one movie where Shallow Hal? Shallow Hal is what Spirit is showing me. It reminds me of Shallow Hal. When he finally falls in love with her, he doesn't even see what everybody else is seeing. And in the past, he was extremely shallow. All he did was make fun of bigger women. But I'm going to be honest with you, thicker women are sexy. I'm sorry. If you're this big around and you do your fucking yoga every day, great for you. But not everybody is built that way. We all have different DNA. If you got Pluto in the first house, most likely you're going to be a chunkier person, and that's just who you are. And you're going to find somebody who loves you. So while you're in there trying to do all these different diet and exercises and things like that, and it's not working for you, it's because it's trying to tell you that this is who you are and you're beautiful the way you are. If you can get out there and walk, and that is the only exercise that you can do, then do that. Okay, so and any masculine is gonna be happy to have you. It doesn't matter who you are and what you look like. Embrace that beauty about you, and everyone will too. If you're insecure, they're going to show your insecurities as well. Okay, so with that said, I want to do these cards today. Okay, so we're going to go into the Twin Flame Journey Oracle cards. Okay, you guys. So the Twin Flame Journey Oracle cards are, well, forgiveness. Yeah, you know, maybe the Divine Masculine made you feel insecure in the past about yourself. You know, and now they're asking for forgiveness. Spirit, please show me where the Divine Masculines are in comparison to the Divine Feminine. How do they see their feminine divine timing? So TikTok, I do believe that they are, you know, this is a time for rest right now. This is like the calm before the storm. This is like where they're trying to get their momentum to move forward. And first they're having to forgive themselves. Once you've forgiven yourself, in due time, you'll be able to come out. And I feel like, you know, how they're seeing how they want to walk towards their feminine is they're running out of time. They're running out of time, and they're wondering if their Divine Feminine is going to forgive them. Please show me the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine. Yeah, so again, mute. Okay, so you guys are in this place of mute. There's no communication between the two of you. None whatsoever. All right, feminines to the masculines. Okay, okay, contemplation and refocusing. Okay, refocusing on your community, refocusing on, you know, contemplating. For some of you feminines, you're contemplating on walking away from the Divine Masculine altogether, you know, and you're trying to refocus your attention on the things that you need, maybe refocusing your attention on your community and putting yourself out there in the community as well. And I think that, you know, and for some of you, you met this person, they're close by in your community if you haven't met them already. Okay, that's just way too many cards, but we got the soulmate card, the tribe, nostalgia, and the answer is no. So I don't know what that means for you, but that is too many cards, so I'm going to go ahead and put them back. But for some of you, you're dealing with a soulmate, and the answer is no. It's time for you to walk away from a soulmate so that you can come into alignment with your divine counterpart. Okay, so numbing. All right, so maybe for you Divine Feminines, maybe for some of you, maybe you're drinking too much. You know, and for others of you, maybe you're just putting your head so far into your work, and it's your way of not having to think about this Divine Masculine, because, you know, the Divine Masculine, you know, he contemplated for far too long with you. And I feel like that's what he is wanting forgiveness about. I do feel like this Divine Masculine is restructuring his life to come back into alignment with you. Okay, I am seeing that, but he hasn't quite said anything yet. He hasn't put himself out there just yet. That's why there's a big mute. I want to ask the question, what does the Divine Masculine feel in his heart center for the Divine Feminine? How does he feel in his heart center for his Divine Feminine? Mask, right underneath the forgiveness. Okay. Oh. Received. So he's been receiving messages about you. And one more card in his heart center to the Divine Feminine. Patience. It showed up in reverse. The Divine Masculine knows in his heart that the Divine Feminine has lost patience for his shenanigans, so to speak, okay? And I feel like he's been receiving messages from the Divine that he realizes that he knows that the Feminine has lost all patience. And he's wanting to take off the mask. I almost see it's like he takes off the mask, right? And it's like here in the upright, his hands were tied. And now I feel like in the reverse, he's starting to lose patience. He's really wanting to come back into alignment with the Divine Feminine. How are the feminines feeling in their heart center for the Divine Masculine? Inner child. They're feeling abandoned. Yeah, cold. Inner child, winter. So we are going into the winter here pretty soon, you guys. We're still in the fall. Oh, I see a card flipped. Okay, settling. The feminines have gone through so much inner child work that some of you feminines are settling for a soulmate. Okay, that's what I'm getting out of this, especially after seeing where the other cards were earlier. I feel like for some of you, you've just decided I'm coming off the journey. I'm going to actually go more towards a soulmate instead of this divine masculine. And I feel like the divine masculine is wanting you to be flexible with him, but understanding that you've lost your patience with him. So, because he hasn't stood up, in this relationship, he kept you hidden, and you're not willing to settle for anything less. I see this little girl and her teddy bear, and the little girl and her teddy bear, I think that whatever divine feminine that I'm speaking to and tapping into right now, you have abandonment issues from childhood. And I feel like what this did was, when this divine masculine went cold on you, it reminded you of maybe when a father left you in the past. And I am going to say father, because I am seeing this as a little girl. Sorry. A little girl underneath this, grown man. And I feel like, this man, this father didn't accept you and left you out in the cold. And I feel like that's why you've been numbing yourself, is because this was too intense over here with the masculine. And so I feel like that's why you're just willing to put yourself out in the community and you're done. Divine feminine, whoever I'm speaking to, work on your addiction issues, okay? Because I feel like if you're still numbing yourself, sex, drugs, alcohol, Amazon shopping, overeating even could be numbing. I do want to say that it is time for you to, pick up and speak with a counselor, or, speak with, schedule a session. That's what I do, is help empower you guys into moving into new directions, and overcoming this so that you can come into union with your divine counterpart, whether it's this person or someone else, completely brand new. It's entirely up to you. But I feel like you just need to sleep on it. What new direction is what I just saw. You're needing to go in a completely new direction. I feel like you are just really needing to, and for some of you, I feel like you're needing to move. And when you move, that is when you're going to run into your divine masculine. And that is only for a small percentage of you guys. All right. So also, I want to stop here real quick and let you guys know that 5 o'clock Hawaii Standard Time, or whatever that is for you guys, do the comparison. I live in Hawaii, so at 5 p.m. Hawaii time, I will be running, actually tonight for Halloween, I will be running a live on Facebook. It's $9.99. You get to ask a question and enter for a chance to win a reading with me. And it's going to be on my Facebook Live, and I hope you guys will join me over there, okay? All right, so what steps are the divine masculine taking to come into union with this divine feminine? It says the answer is no. Okay, well, what steps is the divine masculine coming into? Fear. He is having to overcome his fears. The boogeyman. He sees that you are the family that he has always wanted. And he's receiving messages, I think, from the other side, that it is time for him to come out of this place of fear so that he can come into this family unit with his divine feminine. Divine masculines, if you're watching this, I want to let you know that everything is in divine timing, and whatever is meant for you will never pass you by. But I am going to tell you that I do believe that for some of you, you may get put on hold because the answer may be no. I do see that, you know, you have waited a really long time to come into union with this divine feminine, that, and my nose is starting to itch, that I almost feel like uh, she's had a lot of patience. She has really tried to uh, overcome her own issues, but she has lost faith and she's lost hope that you're even coming back. And so she has put herself out there um, for the divine to send her someone who is in alignment with what is she is wanting now. Okay, which is she wants a family. Um, and because this has gone cold, she's not willing to settle for anything less. And you're wanting her to be flexible. You put her off on the side, made her feel really insecure about herself, which that's the divine feminine's issue. So I'm not putting any blame on anybody. But at the same time, I'm going to be honest with you. I think, and it goes back to what I've been saying in a lot of my readings, I genuinely am starting to see where the feminines are going to start turning down the masculines. What are the feminines doing to come into alignment with the masculine? Wow, that was quick. Muse, stuck, big dreams. At the bottom of the deck for both of you guys, new direction. Yeah, either you guys are going to take this relationship into a new direction, and the masculine is going to reach out and give his offer. And come out of the cold with this feminine. For some of you, the winter time has something. So maybe you guys broke up in the winter time and you guys went in opposite directions. And it was because this relationship was stuck. I feel like the both of you guys are stuck. And I think it's due to fear. For the masculine, you could be stuck due to your family. You know, your family has way too much say so and pull over this relationship and what you do in relationships. You know, I've seen it a lot where, you know, when we come out of relationships and our parents tell us, you know, you don't need to be in a relationship, you know, uh, these people are bad, or, you know, women are bad, or men are bad, or whatever. And it's like, so their family puts this huge spin on being in a relationship. And it's kind of sad because I've seen it multiple times where the family ends up dictating. And it's like, and then because the person doesn't want to let their family down and they have this persona that they want to keep up. And that's like the mask that I'm seeing here. You know, maybe the mask is, you know, this divine masculine, you know, put on a mask and said that he wanted to be single, and now he's got to live up to that because he doesn't want to, you know, lose face with his family. But it's like, you know, I see this hand next to the mask and it's like almost like pull it down. And then look, it's like underneath here, I'm seeing where, see that hand in the background? I feel like, you know, pull the curtain back and really show the world who you truly are. You know, this divine feminine is losing patience with you. And then what it boils down to is, you ever see those movies, and they happen all the time, where you see these two people, and you've seen this looking around, you know, where you see that he is so in love with her, but he doesn't feel good enough for her, or vice versa. And so because he doesn't feel good enough and he has all his own insecurities, she, like I'm seeing on this side, she goes out and she finds a soulmate and says, screw it, like, I can't wait around for you to overcome your, you know, whatever it is you got going on, your insecurities. So he ends up, instead of like working through his fears, working through his insecurities and being willing to take that mask off, he just basically hands her over to someone else, instead of saying, no, that's who I love, that's who I want to be with, and then coming out of this place of feeling stuck, you know. And it's like, you know, she's painted a picture in her mind of what this could be like, and yet he's like, I just still want you to be flexible with me. And it doesn't work that way, you guys. So you actually have to put in the work in order to come into union. And yeah, you can't blame her for becoming impatient. And to switch it, flip it, however you will. This is just how they're coming out. You know what role you play. You've heard me say that if you've been watching my readings for a really long time. So what I want to say here is, don't allow this opportunity to pass you up, because, it's like funny here, you've got the choice, if the truck won't start, then get up on your horse and make it ride, right? Maybe the truck won't start because it's been frozen. Maybe the coolant is frozen. Maybe you need to add more coolant, okay? Maybe you need to add more or antifreeze or whatever the heck you want to call it. It's like, and if you can't get it going, get up on your horse and ride, and don't let this person fall between the cracks, because that's what I'm seeing here. This person is falling between the cracks, and the masculine is like, he's going to allow it, because he's too afraid to just come out and say, I want to start a family with you. I see you as family. But you know what? This has a lot to do with past lives, okay? And I see a lot of like past life energy here. And I feel like for some of you, maybe the two of you in a past life came together, and maybe, I hate to say it, maybe someone crossed over after they finally came into union with their counterpart, after they put them through this. Then they finally crossed over. And so in this lifetime, they're like, no, they have this like memory. It's a past life memory that when I finally came into union with you this time, or, in the last life, you passed away on me, and it left me devastated. The thing is those things do happen. They do happen. And the reason is, for a lot of people, is because you put the person on the burner for the longest time, and you didn't, you think that you have all the time in the world, but tick-tock, the clock is ticking. And while you're sitting in this place of fear, time is moving on. We're not getting any younger. We're only getting older. And so I feel like, going from this child into the adult age, I feel like, another winter has come and gone, and you're still sitting in the stuck in the same place as you guys have been this whole time. And I feel like, you've got big dreams here, and you've got take a nap here. I do feel like telepathically the two of you guys are communicating, and I think that that's where a lot of the fear for the masculine comes in, is because he's not used to this, right? So let me grab some advice on this. Spirit, please show me some advice for the masculine. Show me some advice for the masculine, please. Okay, masculines, the advice is, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And that goes through to the, maybe she's bigger than you're used to. Maybe she's tinier than you're used to. Maybe she's, someone higher up in the community and not somebody that you can walk all over. Maybe it's you used to choose the woman who was like this, and now you're being asked to choose someone like this. Look at the cherub up here. She's like pointing out which one you're supposed to be with, but you're so like content on comparing the two of them. So you need to really, realize that this person isn't the type of person that they were in a past life, and they sure in hell aren't the type of person that you are used to being in relationship with in this lifetime. So your advice is to keep an open mind. If you would really take the time to get to know this person and get out of this fear state, this person has been in your family multiple lifetimes. It's just the last lifetime that, it's all dried up, and it's time that you add some water to it, add some emotion to this. And I feel like, funny enough, it's all cracking over here and dry, like, the summertime. And then we get into the winter, and after the winter comes through, then we have that moisture, right? So I feel like that's the emotion. And I feel like over here, I feel like the feminines are being a little bit more cold to the situation, because they've already been hurt multiple times, whether it be past lives and since their childhood. They've had their abandonment issues from their daddies. They've had their abandonment issues in their family, and they're tired. This is an old time truck. So that tells me that this goes back to, maybe for some of you, maybe your daddy used to drive a truck like that. And maybe you guys had horses as well. For some of you, you have your stuffed teddy bear that you probably still have it. I know me, I still have my stuffed lion. Well, I don't have it with me, but another piece of advice for you masculines is trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. You need to learn how to trust your divine feminine, and realize, like, and that's trusting that, you have to trust in the divine, and you have to trust in divine timing as well as her. But you also have to trust your feminine. She's not like the person that you were with in the past. This person is unique. Okay, and I think that you've already gotten signs of that. And for those of you who already know who this is, for others of you who don't, trust and keep an open mind that the universe is going to bring you someone completely different. Okay, so advice for the feminines. What advice do you have for the feminines, Spirit? What advice? Okay. Oh my God, reconciliation. So for the advice for the feminines, listen, if you're wanting to walk away from this relationship because it hasn't gotten off the ground, it's asking you to have patience. And I know that that's really a lot to ask, and you don't have to. Again, that's your choice on whether or not you want to be flexible with that. But it is saying reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So, and that isn't, and maybe it's somebody who, and this divine, well, it's the divine masculine wanting to reconcile. And I feel like it's something that you need to think about, because there's a lot of passion here between the two of you, and it is allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. I just believe that the feminines are very fearful of coming into any type of a reconciliation with the masculines, because they're afraid that this is going to be a repeat of what they have already been through in the past with the masculine. And nobody wants to continue going down the same road. But what I will tell you is expect the unexpected, especially with this full moon that we have coming up today. This is in Taurus, and it's with Uranus. And this is like really bringing things to fruition, closing old doors and starting new ones. But it's sitting with Uranus. And Uranus is all about breaking free from shackles that bind. And it's the one planet that nobody can predict. I don't care who you are. And if you meet an astrologer who says that they can predict it, find a new astrologer, because they're lying. All right, so what are the masculines, divine masculines? What do you want to say to the divine feminines? Divine masculine, what would you like to say to your divine feminine? Okay. I see signs of you everywhere I go, and I do believe that the universe is purposely putting you in their face for a reason. They're putting your name out there. They're introducing them to people with your name. They're showing them doppelgangers, like all those things, right? And I feel like this person is really sitting down thinking about you, and, why are they so afraid? They just need to bring you in and bring you in out of the cold, right? Because I feel like this divine feminine has been out in the cold for a really long time. And, and listen, feminines, like I said before, you can go off in a new direction at any point in time. You are not stuck in this. Like you may think you're stuck. You're not stuck. You have really big dreams for yourself. And so you're not willing to settle for anybody who's not willing to put themselves in here. And if this divine masculine doesn't come at you correct and wants to reconcile, that's why I say, if they come back during a Mercury in retrograde, it is very important for you to really look at this person and see if they're showing signs of doing the exact same thing and putting you right back where you were when you walked away the first time. And not being sexually intimate with this person right off the bat. That's the problem. You guys fucking put yourselves out there and you jump right into bed with these masculines, and then all is lost. Like you didn't take any time for this person to take you out to dinner, to court you, to even, you want to be, paraded in front of the community that you are this person's partner. And if this person isn't willing to do that with you, and they want to keep you hush hush and behind the curtain, they want to keep you back here behind these curtains, then you need to really analyze this. So Again, you've already been through all this. If they're not, look at this. You know, this teddy bear is sitting next to an open window, and the masculine is sitting here in fear. You know, don't be willing to settle for somebody who wants to keep you locked up in their house, and the only time they call you is in the evening time. If you're in that repetitive pattern of, you know, the only time he ever calls is at nighttime when he wants to come and spend the night, and then he gets up early in the morning and he takes off, what do you have? You know, and after you jump into bed, before you're physically intimate with this person, you need to be able to open and bare, yes, I said bare your soul is what I'm seeing here. And try and do it without alcohol in your system or drugs or any other substances. All right, what do the feminine or masculines want to say to the feminines? I'm battling my addictions. What did I just say? I'm battling my addictions. Enough said. So this person, and you know, I feel like the both of you guys, you're both numbing. Both of you guys are mirroring each other. I don't think that this is just one or the other. I think that it's the both of you. I think that for the feminines, you have been battling your addictions from the past, and I feel like you are overcoming those addictions as well. Maybe it's an even addiction to this relationship coming together. One more message from the masculine to the feminine. Okay, I got two. I want to follow my heart. I know we're twin flames. So this person does know, and I think that's what scares the shit out of them, again, because it's a past life memory. So I feel like in whoever I'm tapped into now, I think that this person is afraid because they remember they're having like some kind of an internal dialogue where they're starting to remember what happened in past lives, and that's why they keep you at bay in this life. But either way, whether you guys fulfill this karma in this life, you're going to have to do it in multiple past lives until you guys can get it back. I need you back in my life is what he is saying to you. So masculine, okay. So feminines to the masculines. Whoa, holy crap. Feminines, you're very intimidating. No one makes me feel the way you do. All I want to do is talk to you. And this masculine hasn't, you guys have not spoken. I see the mute card here. You guys have not spoken in a very long time. This has been, you guys have spoken in dreams. You guys have spoken in the fifth, but you are not speaking in the third. All right, one more message from the divine feminine to the divine masculine. All right. I want to be with you. When it comes right down to it, even if this feminine does move on like we see in the movies, she will always regret the fact that you didn't stand up and come and fight for her. So even if she ends up in a relationship with someone else, this never goes away, because it's like, you know, and at the bottom of the deck, I miss holding you. I miss hugging you. I miss holding you. I just, you know, I miss talking to you. I miss being with you, you know. And this is very intimidating because I think that the intimidation comes because the masculine didn't make you feel good about yourself. This masculine, you know, like I said, it goes back to the, you know, made you feel like you weren't pretty enough or good enough or made enough money, or, you know, maybe you guys are from two totally different worlds, and, you know, that's your insecurity. I don't think that the masculine may have done that on purpose, you know, but it just is, you know. And so I feel like deep down inside, you guys want to be with one another, but at the same time, you know, you're going to have to be open to this reconciliation. And I think that the feminines, no matter what and who comes around, she will always want to be with her divine masculine, and vice versa. And you always see that where the divine masculine, you know, and you know how you can tell where the man didn't marry his divine feminine, or, you know, choose her. He ends up getting married, and he usually ends up overweight, unhappy, bald, you know, and very passive. And the relationship ends up, the one he ends up with, like, there's no love there. You can see it. It's just, it's settling. You end up settling, and that's how you can tell that he didn't choose the one that he wanted to be with. He just chose what he thought was going to be prettier or skinnier or whatever, and at the very end of the day, it wasn't what he wanted. What he always wanted was her. So you guys, if this sounds like your story and you are interested in a personal reading, please feel free to check the description box down below. Don't forget, tonight, 5 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, I will be doing a live. I hope you guys will join me over there. You guys like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. Hit that notification bell, and we will chat again on Monday. Happy Halloween.